What's going on, everyone? Look at you 64 here, back with another video. So, just this past Friday, Nintendo, they released the first pack for the Zelda DLCs. DLC Pack 1, The Master Trials. And I've been playing it a little bit, and I just wanted to talk about it a bit. So, this pack, it came with, I think, 4 major categories. The new map feature, new collectibles, a new mode called the Trial of the Sword, and an entirely new hard mode called Master Mode. So let's just go in and talk about these 4 different categories and just give an analysis of them. So, one of the first things that I want to mention is, of course, this new map feature called the Path of the Hero, where you can basically see where you've been throughout your entire journey. And it's also been retroactively working, so you can see where you've been even before the DLC came out. So in your 200+ hour journey of Zelda, on normal mode, you can see exactly what you've been doing the entire time, which is really cool in and of itself. Now, whenever I first heard about this feature, I was ecstatic. I honestly, I had actually thought of this entire thing and thinking about how awesome it would be before they even announced it. Like, really, I prophesied this. You can ask one of my friends and he would back me up on this. But anyway, besides the point, I was really excited for it. Now, I haven't had it enough time, I don't think, to really see use it in a useful way. Whenever I first got the DLC, I opened up the map, I tried out the new feature, I watched my little icon move along on that path, and for a little while just to kind of check it out. But I haven't really had a chance to use it in a useful way yet. Who knows, maybe once I delve more into the Master Mode, maybe I'll find more of a use for it to see where I haven't been. But as for normal mode, I've already basically explored everything, so you know what, we'll see. Like, if you want an update on that. But yeah. So the next thing I want to give a mention to is the new unlockables that came with this DLC pack, which include 8 pieces of armor that you can wear, including the Korok mask, which rumbles whenever you go by nearby a Korok and should make finding Koroks a lot easier, and the travel medallion, which basically you can put down on any one point in the world, and you will automatically be able to teleport to that point, just as if it were a shrine at any point. And I really like how they introduced these into the game. So let me say that first off. So they don't just give it to you. No. They don't just give it to you. You have to go on this little scavenger hunt. And I also kind of like the backstory behind these scavenger hunts, in that there's this bandit who is supposed to have existed a long time ago, named Misko, and he was actually in one of the part of the side quests before the DLC Pack 1 even came out. But anyway, he supposedly took all of these pieces of armor, the Majora's Mask, Korok Mask, all this stuff, and buried them in various ruins across Hyrule. And you have to go on a scavenger hunt to find all of them if you want them. And I really like this. Oh yeah, and also the travel medallion, that's part of it too. That's located underneath a labyrinth in Akla. And I really like this whole scavenger hunt aspect of it. I like that they didn't just say, here you go, as soon as you opened up the game after downloading the DLC. It's like, no, you actually have to spend a considerable amount of time finding each one of these things. And it's no piece of cake either. I mean, they give you clues, but it's buried. Literally buried, and you have to use magnesis in order to find each chest that contains the armor or travel medallion, what have you. So yeah, I like the way that they introduced that. As for the usefulness of each item, I mean, it's aesthetic, let's just say that. Except for the Korok mask, I don't know how much I'm going to use that. I might use it more in Master Mode, again, once I play a bit more of that. But I've already gotten all the Koroks I want out of Breath of the Wild. I don't feel the need to get any more, so we'll see. And then the travel medallion, also, we'll see. I feel like in the game itself, there seem to already be a ton of enough shrines, and if you want to teleport go to any place, it seems like there's a shrine that will always be close enough to where just teleport there and you don't even have to walk that far. So it doesn't seem particularly useful to me, but hey, we'll see if once I try Master Mode out a bit. And as for the aesthetic of the other pieces of equipment, Majora's Mask is awesome. That's my new favorite thing to do. Just wear nothing but Majora's Mask and walk, trounce around Hyrule that way. That's a lot of fun. Tingle's outfit is hilarious, and I love it. The Phantom armor looks like totally boss. Like, it looks sweet. Like, that's I think my second favorite besides Majora's Mask in this one. And then Minna's helmet looks okay. I'm not a big fan of that one. So, anyway, overall, I like how they introduced the items, these items and what items they are, into a DLC pack. So I'd say the second most major thing that they brought into Zelda with this DLC pack is Trial of the Sword, which basically is a Cave of Trials sort of mode, if you remember Cave of Trials from previous Zelda games, where you're going from room to room, defeating all the enemies in each room. Also in the similar vein of Eventide Island, where you start off with nothing, no clothes or anything, and you slowly kind of get these better weapons. And the reward for all this is that you unlock the true potential of the Master Sword. In other words, it goes from 30 to 60 power. And put simply, this is difficult. Like, oh my gosh, the Trial of the Sword is difficult. Now, I appreciate that they actually split it up into 3 parts. There are the beginning trials, the middle trials, and the final trials. And for each part that you complete, Master Sword's power goes up by 10, essentially having the same effect of just complete all 3 parts, you increase the Master Sword's power by 30. And the beginning trials, after you get used to them, I mean, it's still difficult, don't get me wrong, but, I mean, obviously it's the beginning trials, it's supposed to be the easy one. Then you have the middle trials, which, again, not too bad. And then you have the final trials. Crap. Oh my gosh. The final trials are hard as all get out, because you're going through these different elemental areas. You go from a rainy area to a lava area to a snow area. And in the snow area, they don't give you any protection. They just give you these spicy peppers and sizzlefin trout and tell you to cook your own meal and hope that you get through it fast enough before the effect wears off. So it's hard. I haven't completed the final trials yet. I got taken out by a blue lynel. It's hard. And I appreciate that. I like that it's really, really challenging and they didn't just make it a cakewalk. As for the reward itself, I mean, I don't really need to have a 60 power Master Sword all the time. I already have like a Savage Lynel Sword that has 99 power, so I don't know. It's not that great of a reward. I think the main reward is just being able to say, yes, I completed it. And I mean, also, it's the Master Sword. It's like the most iconic sword in the entire Zelda series, so, I mean, I kind of get it. So yeah, definitely very positive on Trial of the Sword. And finally, the major thing that, like, this entire DLC pack brings that will double your playtime on Breath of the Wild is Master Mode, which is essentially a harder mode of Breath of the Wild. And this does, I think, 3 things. It upgrades the level of each enemy that you encounter. So you will not find any red bokoblins or red moblins in the game. It adds enemies that weren't there before in places where they weren't there before. So to point out an example, there's a freaking silver lynel on the Great Plateau. That is incredibly stupid and ridiculous, and I love it. But anyway, and it also makes it so that enemies will slowly regenerate health over time. So you can't just take them out little by little. You have to charge in at them full force. And I think it's this final mechanic that makes the game that makes Master Mode so ridiculous, is this healing factor. Because you can't just shoot an enemy, camp out for a little bit, shoot an enemy, camp out for a little bit, and slowly drain down their health. If you want to take an enemy out, you have to hit them over and over and over and over before they regain the health back that you just hit them with. And this makes it so tough because you can't play as strategically. You have to play a lot more aggressively. And this is especially bad when it comes to like big groups of enemies, because if you want to take them all out, you either take them out one by one, or you gotta take them out all out, equally taking turns hitting them one at a time. And I think it adds a different element of tactics to the entire game. One more thing I forgot to mention is that it also adds in gold enemies, which I haven't played Master Mode a ton. I haven't had the chance. I've been playing a lot of the Trial of the Sword in normal mode. So I haven't seen any gold enemies yet, but they're harder than silver enemies. I don't know what to say. I mean, gold lynels look... Oh gosh, that's going to be so hard. But I'm looking forward to it. And I think that's the entire point of it, is that I'm looking forward to a greater challenge to push through and really feel super rewarded at the end. So what do you guys think of DLC Pack 1 for Zelda Breath of the Wild? I'm really loving it. And I'm really looking forward to double dipping with Master Mode and getting my hardcore on. Anyways, guys, if you're new to the channel, I talk about everything Nintendo Switch, Breath of the Wild, DLC, 3DS, all that good stuff. You can subscribe to my channel up here and check out my latest video up here. While you're here, guys, if you could like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. It really helps the channel. And it really helps me make better content, so I can just make better content. So anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next one.